Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to Bangina Midday News. We're bringing to you live from our news hub, Atomic Junction, Medina, Accra. My name is Fauzia Abdullah. Coming up, political parties rally for Save the Judiciary demonstrations over suspension of Chief Justice. Asante insists lasting peace in Boko will be ensured, and dozens hit the streets to protest over gang violence in Haiti. We have this and more coming up in the next few minutes. Do stay. You're welcome back, and remember we are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube at Baina TV. Now the news in details. A coalition led by the New Patriotic Party is staging a public protest in Accra to demand the immediate reinstatement of Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu, whose suspension by President John Dramani Mahama has triggered widespread political backlash. Organizers say the protest seeks to defend judicial independence and denounce what they describe as an unconstitutional and politically motivated action.
Demonstrators began assembling early Monday at a designated car park opposite the Supreme Court, where they prepared to march through major cities in the capital. The NPP is joined by several allied political parties, including the Liberal Party of Ghana, LPG, National Democratic Party, NDP, People's National Party, PNP, and Ghana Union Movement. According to the coalition, the suspension and attempt to oust the Chief Justice threatened the foundations of Ghana's democratic system, presenting a petition on behalf of the New Patriotic Party and its allied parties at Supreme Court. As part of the ongoing Save the Judiciary protest, Minority Leader Alexander Afenyomakin called on members of the judiciary to unite in defense to their institution amid growing concerns over the suspension of Chief Justice Gertrude Tokonu. He described the suspension of the Chief Justice as a direct threat to judicial independence and democratic stability.
And not to be attacking actors who are non-partisan. We've become aware that the very government that criticized the increase in the number of judges to the bench has suddenly appointed 7 more judges to the Supreme Court. You and I know, you are a judicial secretary, you've been in the service for long. You know the process of nominating judges to the Supreme Court is not what has been used. Normally, the nominations come, the Judicial Council deliberates. It is not given a timeline. Then they would make a recommendation to the President, who will now go through the Council of State. Then eventually, it gets to Parliament. So this reset is a negative reset. And we are calling on each and every one of you, from the acting CJ, acting judicial secretary, or judicial service staff, or judges, that don't be comfortable and think that maybe you are benefiting from it. So as the account added goes, in other words, it is somebody, it is not you. I also want to take this opportunity on behalf of my colleagues here to draw the attention of the nation to come to terms with the fact that there must be an end to bitterness. If this vicious cycle of you did it to me, I will do it to you continues, there will be no further hope for our democracy. Which means that in 2028, you, who may be acting judicial secretary, will now be looked at with a partisan lens. No. Because come what may, 2028, there will be a change in government. There would be.
Meanwhile, Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II, the Asantehene, has affirmed his unwavering commitment to securing peace in Boko and its surrounding areas. The declaration follows the temporary suspension of earlier peace efforts, which were complicated by a long-standing chieftaincy dispute in the troubled Upper East region. Despite these challenges, the Asantehene expressed confidence that recent mediation talks with the rival factions would yield a durable settlement. Speaking to a delegation from the UK Advanced Command and Staff Corps at Minsha Palace, the Asantehene underscored the importance of stability for national development.
We are here, the west coast of Africa, and then in the Sahelian. That is where our concerns were. But I believe our soldiers here have been doing the best to maintain our borders and security for us. Recently, there has been some communal skirmishes in the upper top of the range of Ghana, where closer to Burkina Faso. But we are doing every effort to make sure that we have peace in that area. So we didn't allow for the penetration of terrorism and everything to come in. So fortunately in Ghana, I can assure you that we've been blessed with humility, understanding. Each one is her brother's keeper, and therefore we move on. Tribal wars are not here because we all live. Religious wars are not here because if you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, if you're a traditionalist, you are respected. Everybody accepts that, and we live in harmony and everything. So that is exactly what we are doing. I have confidence in the armed forces; they are doing very well, but they need support also, equipment and funding and everything. Our funding alone cannot. When they have to go, when we call them up, for example, some of the equipment that they need. So I know Britain is also going through some tighter moments, but. You do better than us, so we need the support. The training and everything is one, but the
A governance expert in the Volta region, Mr. Nicholas Bosse, has called on President John Dramani Mahama to dismiss appointees who have failed to declare their assets within the stipulated periods. According to him, the appointees' inability to declare their assets is a clear indication of disrespect and disobedience.
Speaking in an interview with the media, Mr. Bosse expressed surprise about why the appointees could find it difficult to declare their assets and questioned whether they were unaware of their personal assets or if it was a total refusal to obey the president's directive, which showed lack of respect and a way of hiding something important from the public. He urged President Mahama to give the appointees a grace period of 2 to 3 weeks to comply with the directive, with the warning that any further refusal should result in total dismissal and replacement immediately. The governance expert cautioned that the disobedience of prominent personnel could be used against the party in the next general election by opposition parties and called for urgent redress by the party to avoid such situations and take decisive action. He said the call for accountability highlighted the importance of transparency and obedience in government appointments, and the president must take action against disobedient appointees to demonstrate his commitment to accountability and good governance. According to reports, government appointees including Nathan Kofi Boache, Director of Operations at the Presidency, Mr. Seth Emmanuel Tekpe, Presidential Advisor on the Economy, Nana Ya Jantua, Presidential Staffer, Charles Kipo, Director General of the National Investigations Bureau, among others, have defaulted on the directives.
President John Dramani Mahama is expected to unveil a new code of conduct for all government appointees later today, Monday, May 5th, 2025. This will mark a significant step in implementing his administration's 120-day social contract.
The announcement was made by the minister in charge of government communications, Felix Kwachiofosu, in a Facebook post on Sunday, May 4, 2025, where he described the week as a pivotal movement for the government's reform agenda. First announced during the swearing-in of ministers, the Code of Conduct is designed to establish clear ethical standards for public officials. President Mahama emphasized that the code would spell out the do's and don'ts of public service, eliminating ambiguity and reinforcing the administration's commitment to integrity. The initiative is part of a broader effort to promote responsible governance and intensify the fight against corruption. It is expected to serve as a framework for accountability and guide the conduct of appointees across various sectors of government.
Now, moving on to the world of business, mobile money customers of MTN Ghana have been assured that their funds remain safe and secure. This comes despite reports of a recent cybersecurity incident affecting the wider MTN group.
In a notice to customers, MTN clarified that no mobile money wallet has been compromised and urged the public to disregard any claim suggesting otherwise. This assurance follows confirmation by MTN Group that it has experienced a cybersecurity incident. While investigations are still at an early stage, preliminary assessment suggests that data belonging to approximately 5,700 MTN Ghana customers may have been affected. The company has not yet established the full extent of the breach. In response, MTN Group has engaged top-tier cybersecurity experts and launched a forensic investigation to evaluate any potential impact. The exercise is being conducted in accordance with the company's established security protocols to ensure system integrity and protect customers' information. MTN Ghana is also advising customers to stay vigilant by avoiding the sharing of personal security credentials such as PINs or OTPs, and to refrain from clicking on suspicious links or entertaining unsolicited calls.
And on the international front, dozens of protesters marched up the hills of Haiti's capital on Sunday, demanding an end to persistent gang violence as they called on the country's Prime Minister and Transitional President Council to resign. It's the latest such protest as Haiti's grow increasingly angry and frustrated over a surge in violence as gangs try to seize full control of Port-au-Prince.
The demonstration and recent protests were organized to decry the country's spiraling crisis, with more than 1,600 people killed and another 580 injured from January to March. In mid-March, hundreds of people armed with sticks and machetes, accompanied by members of an armed environmental brigade, successfully ousted more than 100 suspected gang members that had seized control of a Catholic school, according to a new report issued by the UN political mission in Haiti. But the ouster is only one of a handful of successful fights against powerful gangs backed by certain politicians and some of Haiti's elite. Last year, more than 5,600 people across Haiti were killed. According to the UN, gang violence also has left more than 1 million people homeless in recent years. Meanwhile, Haiti's national police, bolstered by a UN-backed mission led by Kenyan police, has struggled in its fight against gangs as the mission remains underfunded and understaffed, with only 1,000 personnel of the 2,500 envisioned. In a push to crack down on gangs, the US government on Friday officially designated Vive Ensemble, a powerful gang coalition, and Grand Grave, the largest gang to operate in Haiti's central region, as foreign terror organization. Critics warn the move could affect aid organizations working in Haiti at a critical time, since many have to negotiate to gangs to supply people with basic goods including food and water.
And in the world of sports, Ghana Black Satellites are poised for a fierce West African showdown as they take as they take on defending champion Senegal in a crucial second group stage fixture at the Total Energies CAF Under-20 African Cup of Nations Egypt 2025. The highly anticipated encounter is scheduled for Monday, May 5, 2025, with kickoff at 9 o'clock local time, 18 hours GMT, at the new Suez Stadium.
And recent protests were organized to decry the country's spiraling crisis, with more than 1,000 semi-final win over Senegalese at the 2023 African Games, a tournament Ghana famously hosted and won. Historically, the Black Satellites have performed admirably against reigning champions. A standout example came in 1993 when Ghana defeated then title holders Egypt in the semi-finals en route to finishing as runners-up. That historic triumph served as a source of inspiration as the team prepares to confront another formidable title holder. With a proud legacy that includes multiple continental titles and a reputation as one of Africa's most successful youth teams, Ghana enters this match with both history and ambition on its side. A victory over Senegal will not only serve as redemption for past defeats, but also reinforce the Black Satellite status as a powerhouse in African youth football. As the stakes rise high in Egypt, all eyes will be on this electrifying encounter, one that could shape the trajectory of Ghana's campaign and reignite a storied regional rivalry on the continental stage.
Now, this brings us to the end of our news bulletin. For more news, you can visit our website www.bainamultimedia.com. My name is Fauzia Abdallah. Do enjoy the rest of our programs.